round 3 of the Scenic Rim Trail Run Series, 15Ks. First part is straight uphill along that ridge line and then back downhill with about 2.5 Ks of road at the end. So there's the elevation. It was about 650 metres in the 15Ks.
Enjoy the run, enjoy the views up the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off you go. Enjoy. Have a great day out there.
I went out pretty easy. I was like, okay, just 15Ks, and I knew the first couple was uphill, so I just thought I would take off fairly easily and conserve a little bit of energy. As we were going up the hill, I saw about 4 women in front of me, so I kind of knew that from the beginning where I was coming in the run. So that first hill was pretty steep, pretty much one long climb. Did have to make way for the photographer. He obviously took the beginning shots and then had to zoom up to get some good shots up the top. So the lady in black here, she was probably coming second at that point. I was coming around here and I was like, okay, well, I think I'm in third. And it was just up here along this ridge line that they let me pass. And then I was like, okay, I'm in second now. So I was pretty sure I was in second. So there was a lot of it that was just really hard to run. I am running here. It might not look like it, but in my head I was running. So that was the 5K turnaround at the caves. So there was a couple of different distances. I did the 15, which was 2 loops. There was a single loop, and then there was the 5K, which just went up to the caves and then back down. It was beautiful out there, but it was very gnarly and it was very rugged. So a lot of it had been just whippersnipped, and as you ran through, even that grassy part, usually a grassy part's pretty easy to run on, but there was just rocks everywhere, and so you had to be really careful everywhere you were running. So it was pretty slow going for me. I think the winning male was exceptionally fast, but for me it was pretty slow going. So just following those pink flags everywhere. So there was one point I started where I was running and I couldn't see another pink flag, and I just made a bit of a turn and I looked back and I couldn't work out where I was going, and so I actually ran back a little bit, and this woman here was she was just behind me, and I called out to her, is this the right way? And she's like, yeah, keep going. So I kind of lost a little bit of time there, not too much, but just a little bit. And then on the downhill, she passed me, which I'm pretty good. I'm usually pretty good downhill. That's usually my strength. But anyway, she went past and she just kept going further and further. So I could just see the woman in front of me, but she was getting away. I had tempo run every 5K, so a 5K mark and the 10K mark. Probably about 5Ks in, we hit the road and I could see the woman who had passed me. So she'd actually moved into second place, and you can see now I'm kind of gaining on her. So I passed her and moved into second place.
Are you my cheer squad? Yeah, especially that hill. Looking forward to that.
But I knew she was good uphill. So we were coming back around for the second lap, and I just had to keep telling myself that she was coming, that she was right behind me. So there's the end of the first lap. You can see the van parked there. Could have been a nice little stop and go, this is it. But I knew I had to get back up this hill and still keep putting some space in between me and the woman who was behind me. I think I was a little bit slower going up the second time. And you can see it's quite overgrown. And back up the saddle for the second time. And just past here, I actually got confirmation from someone who was doing the 5K that I was the second female. When I went up the first time, I could see the woman who was coming third just behind me. There was a few switchbacks and I could just keep seeing her.
Oh, I almost fell. My foot caught.
when I was going up the second time, I couldn't see her. I didn't want to look too much because it was just so tricky. You really had to look where you were going. I didn't want to stop and turn around and look back. So I just had to keep going. So it was actually a really good run mentally for me, because I had to just keep pushing and pushing, even though I knew someone was behind. You know, I felt like my legs were tired. I felt like I wanted to stop. I felt like I wanted to walk, but I was like, no, I actually also want second. So I got here, it was about the 10K mark. So that's where I had planned on having my second gel, my tempo run. But because it was so gnarly up here, I just waited a little bit until it was a bit clearer and then had...
I'm pretty sure I'm coming second, but still 5Ks to go, so anything can happen.
And I actually felt a lot better running downhill the second time. I think having seen that once you got down that first little bit that was still quite rocky and grassy, then the second part wasn't as rough underneath, so you could actually get up a little bit of speed running downhill, which, as you know, is my favourite. And then back onto the road. So I had about 2.5 Ks to go from here to the finish line. And, you know, couldn't see anyone. So I'm running along here and you can see there's no one in front of me and there's no one behind, but you can just see someone coming around the corner. And this was not the woman who was in third before. This was a different woman. And as I turned once and I was just like, oh no, she is getting closer. And I gave it all I had and finished second.
All right. Second female coming in for the lot course.
Second female.
Tough course. Smashing it. Great job. Yeah.
Really happy with this result.
She's coming.
Wow.
There was a bit of a race happening at the end. Well done.
That was close.
Great job.
Amanda got second. Wow, she'll be stoked.
Awesome, ladies. Well done, Amanda.
Thank you.
Second place.
That's pretty awesome.
That's great. Second and third.
It is tough. It is really tough.
All right, Heather Park is in third place. And in second place we have Amanda. And then in first place we have Michelle Barnes. Well done. Another great prize is there from Athlete's Foot. Thank you very much. Give a round of applause. Well done, ladies.
Looking this way.
Thanks for racing with me.